Hi everyone, my name is Professor Parish, or you can call me Rachel Parish, you can call me Professor P, you can call me Miss Parish, whatever you want. But anyway, welcome to Reading 106. If you're watching this video, then that means you have logged on to Reading 106, our course for the semester, and you are navigating the site for the first time, probably. So what this video is designed to do is to tell you about the course, and to introduce you to how the assignments work, how everything is set up, and then I'm going to briefly explore the site and show you how everything is organized on this page. I am very happy to have you as a student this semester. It's going to be a good class. I'm excited about the discussions we are going to have, about what we're going to read, what we're going to discuss, and so without further delay, let's dive into this course. So most likely you found this class by either going to the My Classes option and choosing your course from there, or you probably went down to My Courses and selected Reading 106. So as you can see here, this is what our class typically looks like. The class shows our textbook, which I will go over briefly here in a moment, and sort of sets up what this class is all about. It's about developing reading, critical thinking skills, and writing skills that are going to help to prepare you for the types of college writing that you're going to interact with throughout your college career, and hopefully help you to gain skills and improve upon skills that you will use in your writing in the workplace, whether it's in your nursing field or welding, diesel, teaching, engineering, business, whatever your career field is. Hopefully the skills that you learn from this class, you can apply them to help you prepare for those other skills as well. So the video you're watching right now is going to be listed under this video link section right here. I do want to briefly look at your syllabus, which can be found right here. If I click on it, it will open up. And we disabled macros, and here we go. So let me zoom in here a little bit. Alright, so as far as this class goes, this is an online course, so the majority of the work that we do in class is either going to be through this lecture video that I do right here, or it will be through our discussion forums, it will be through online videos, it will be very self-guided unless you're listening to me or we're talking together in the discussion forum. So this course here, you can see by the objectives, I won't read them word for word, but you can see what all we are going to be doing in this class: studying reading, vocabulary, elements of effectively writing, novels and types of writing, drawing references, improving study skills. This class is nice being online because it's sort of an introduction to a very self-paced, self-time managed course, because online classes, they are nice, they are convenient. They are efficient in the fact that you don't have to physically get in a car and drive to campus somewhere. However, the thing about online classes is that they are very self-motivated. So you can't just forget about the class and then suddenly remember it and be late with your assignments. You do have to find times that work for you to complete the assignments, figure out your schedule, what works best for you. I myself am a night owl, so I do a lot of work at night. But some people that doesn't work. Some have to be like early birds, they have to do things in the morning, others get their most energy in the afternoon. Whatever works for you, you just need to kind of figure that out and then stick to a schedule that will allow you to complete the assignments on time and still do it in a way that works for your schedule. As far as the method of instruction, it's going to be lecture and discussion. The lecture will come in the form of videos like the one you are watching now. We will also have a discussion forum that we will use as communication between ourselves, since we don't actually meet face to face. The topics that we're going to go over, we are going to be reading various stories, answering questions about them, going over vocabulary, things that will check to make sure you're actually reading the stories and understanding what you are reading. We're going to go over techniques to improve comprehension, and then going over things like main ideas, understanding tone and purpose, recognizing materials and how they're used in stories, just an overall generalization of going over reading skills and critical thinking. If you scroll down in your syllabus, you will notice that there's a class schedule. This basically tells you the stories that we're going to be reading as well as the assignments that we're going to be doing throughout the semester. So you can see that this first week of class we are doing an introduction discussion forum and what I call a grammar sampler, which basically shows me how you are doing in terms of grammar throughout at the moment. And then as the semester goes on, if I see any trends or notice that students are struggling in certain aspects of grammar, then we'll focus on that. But since this is more of a reading class, I don't want to have to go over certain aspects of grammar unless it's something that I feel we need to discuss, because you'll do that in your English classes. And then you can kind of see the stories that we're reading. We are going to have a few, they're tests, but they're relatively short for each unit that we go over. And then we do have a final exam, a final reflection. And of course, you've probably noticed that the week of March 11th to 17th is spring break, so there won't be any assignments that week. Yay. As far as textbooks go, there's really only one textbook for this class, and that is this textbook, A World of Short Stories, as I become Vanna White here. As you can see, has Little Leaning Tower of Pisa on it, has the oh, I can't think, Pantheon? I can't think of the Greek building now. But has Taj Mahal on it. This book is the only thing you will need for this class. Everything else will either be supplied to you online via form of video or handouts, or it will be in this book. So if you've not got this textbook, you do need to get it very, very soon, because week 2 we are hunkering down and going right into it. All right. How grades are determined in this class is next. We do have 8 discussion forums throughout the semester, so you will not have a discussion forum every week. I do space them out a little bit. So you won't have a discussion forum every week, but you will for about half of the semester have a discussion forum. They are worth 20 points each, and I'll explain briefly how those points are divided. You do have weekly spelling and vocabulary assignments, which you can see the points for here. You do have short story quizzes and questions, meaning that you have questions over the stories that we read. And then we do have other assignments that you can see here. And we do have quizzes throughout the book. Usually for each section in our textbook that we focus on, we'll have 3 and they're worth 25 points each. And then your final exam is worth 100 points. So, as you can see, there are not a lot of points in this class, meaning that every assignment is very crucial. And it's crucial that you complete every assignment. This is not one of those classes that you can just skip an assignment and say, oh, I'll be fine, I'll just not do my discussion forum this week. You really need to, because it's very important to your grade. 900 points to 1,000 points will be an A. Then 800 to 899 is a B. So you do need to be aware of that. And I try my hardest to keep grades updated in real time, so you can log on at any time online and see what your grade is in the class. And I try to do that because I know students often want to keep up with their grades and be diligent about that. And that's great. So I try to keep up to date with all of that. My attendance policy, it's listed here, the attendance policy for the class. Basically, I do not accept work late. That is my one stickler as an instructor. There is no late work in this class. You either complete it on time or it is not completed on time. And I will update this section of our syllabus to reflect that as I'm telling you this. But you have an entire week to do the assignments. So like I said, it's very crucial you figure out your rhythm, your schedule, when you need to turn in assignments. We'll talk about the discussion forum here shortly, but for the most part, most of your assignments are going to be due Sunday of each week, with the exception being the discussion forum, your initial post, which I will show you soon, will be due on Fridays. So pretty much every week expect assignments to be due either Friday or Sunday. So you need to make sure in your schedule that you set aside time to get these assignments done before those due dates. And I would not wait until the last minute to turn in assignments, because things can happen. Your computer could crash. Maybe you aren't able to get internet access. And like I said, I'm very strict on due dates, so unless it is something that is out of your control, like an emergency or a family matter or a medical injury, you are expected to turn your assignments in on time. And if not, you simply won't receive those points, and I will tell you just to move on and go with the next assignment. Because I am a firm believer that if you try to get too many extensions and you keep dragging out assignments, it all just snowballs into you being like in a big rut with your assignments and having too much to focus on. Whereas if you miss an assignment, accept that grade and move on and get the other assignments done on time. That's kind of my best piece of advice for you all in terms of this class. We do utilize the starfish system. So if, for example, my policy is that if you miss 2 weeks straight in this class, that I drop you. So if you do nothing, if you don't log on, if you don't complete any assignments for 2 weeks in a row, that I will drop you from the class, because I think that by that point you've missed too many assignments and it's detrimental to your grade. The first week that you miss, though, if you don't do any assignments for a week, I will contact you, I will use Starfish, and I will email you and say, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? You need to make sure that you do your assignments or you're going to get dropped. I call it a drop notice. So I will send you that, and I will also notify Starfish, and one of our counselors will email you as well and contact you and say, hey, is everything okay? Do you know about our tutoring services? Do you need help with something? And I'm always available. So if you need to email me questions, please email me. If you need to call me, my number is here, you can call me. If you need to come by my office hours are here on the website. You can come by my office and ask questions. I believe that most teachers would agree with me in that it's much better for you to come and ask us questions than to stay silent thinking that you're going to insult us or make us, mad or something. You will not make me mad if you ask questions. I would much rather have you ask than for me never to know that you had a problem. All right, so please be aware of that. And also, you can see our supplemental page. We have other things that we put down, such as our mission, how to get onto setting up your accounts, things like that. So yeah, I will, before putting this video online, update this to reflect what I've just told you about my drop policy, and also making sure that all of your assignments are turned in on time. And I would honestly do a plan B sort of for technology. If you're using a phone, sometimes mobile devices aren't 100% reliable, so have a friend or family member's computer set aside as backup just in case. If you live in town and your computer crashes, you may have to go to a library to do assignments. You may have to go to a Wi-Fi hotspot if your internet goes out. These are all things that I've done as an online student. I've been to gas stations with my little computer doing homework. I've gone to at least 5 or 6 different city libraries. When I was traveling around in the summer with my family, I've had to do friends' computers, family members' computers. You just have to make it work. But having an idea in place when you start out this class of, okay, if something happens to my computer or my phone, what can I use? Where can I go? And you may have to come out to the college. That's a possibility. It's just whatever is in your control, you have to kind of have that planned out and have something in place just to be sure. But always feel free to email me, contact me if you have questions about this, or if you have questions about, or especially if you, for some reason, have an issue come up, definitely contact me. My one thing on that would be, don't wait till the last minute. Sometimes students, if something's due at 11:55 on a Sunday, they want to email me at 11:50 and say, hey, my internet's not working, what do I do? This video has told you what you should do. You should have something in place, or you should not wait until the last minute to turn assignments in. That's my biggest piece of advice. Don't procrastinate. This class will not reward procrastination. Make sure that you turn your stuff in early if you can. I try to open up a few weeks early in the class so that you can work ahead if you want. I would encourage you to do that just in case. If you've got the extra time to work ahead, do it, because you'll be happy that you did when you have that extra time later that you didn't have to spend on assignments. So that is our syllabus. If you explore our page, the link that you're watching right now is going to be featured right here. My contact information is right here. All of my instructor information, my room number, my extension, my hours. Sometimes I'm out at local high schools, so if I'm not in my office, you can always email to schedule an appointment with me, but usually I'm in my office. And then Our drop policy is listed here. If you have any disabilities, you can contact our ADA disability services. And then go up here. These links are probably the most important in the class. So we're right now on the course homepage. If I go to, you can go to weekly assignments or coursework. Personally, I would rather go to coursework because this coursework link not only shows you what's due each week, but has the actual assignments. So you can see here what is due this week in terms of reading, and we'll go over the resource page in a minute. But you can see what you're supposed to read. You can see the discussion forum right here. You can see the grammar drop box right here. So you basically have 2 assignments for this first week. And right now it's not open. I can only see it because I'm the instructor. But you can click on each week and see what's due. And as you can see, some of these are going to, the first 3 weeks of class are going to open up on January 6th. So that gives you lots to work ahead on. Week 4 will open up January 13th, the next week. And then so will, the week 5 as well. So I try to open up weeks ahead in advance. So if you know something's coming up and you want to work ahead, you have that opportunity. But your coursework page will show you all of your assignments and give you links to complete them as well. The discussion forum is our main way of discussing stories in the class, themes in the class, different types of writing, things like that. So if I go on to week 1, for weeks, our discussion forum, we have 8, like I said, and they are weeks 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 11, 14, and 17. So pretty much every other week you're going to have a discussion forum. The only ones that are back-to-back are weeks 3 and 4. But your posts that you create for your discussion forum are due every Friday at 11:55 p.m. Your posts are always due on Friday. You should respond to at least 2 peers by Sunday of each week at 11:55 p.m. So your posts are graded on timeliness, that you're doing it on time. If you, for some reason, you don't get to submit your original post by Friday, I will still accept it Saturday or Sunday of that weekend. You will get a 5-point deduction, but it's better than nothing. And then no posts are accepted after Sunday of the week they've been assigned. I check spelling and grammar, so if you don't have proper spelling and grammar, I will take points off for that. And then your content should answer all of the questions, not be repetitive or too simplistic. And your responses need to also reflect that. Your responses need to, create a conversation and a dialogue. If someone posts and you just respond with, "That was cool," there's no dialogue. You need to say why it was cool. Say, "Hey, that was really cool. This point you made about such and such, I definitely agree with this," or "I disagree with this." Create a dialogue and a discussion. If you just say, "Oh, I agree with you," but you don't say why or what you agree with, then I will take points off, because that's not creating a discussion. This assignment is to be in place of us not being physically in class. So just kind of keep that in mind. And I'll start to definitely let you know the first couple weeks if I really like responses, or if I'm like, "Oh, you can expand on that." I'll definitely let you know. This first week is kind of simple. It's just you giving me an idea of who you are, what's your goals, why are you at SIC, what are you hoping to learn from this class, and then a fun one is what's your favorite genre or type of literature or text. So to add a post to the discussion forum, you just click Add Post. You give it a subject or a topic, so you could say about me, whatever you want, and then you type out your answers to the questions in the box here. And then when you're done, you just press Submit and it sends. And that's pretty much it. I don't always answer every discussion forum post every week. I try to. Sometimes I don't get to it, but I do read every single one of them. So if for some reason I don't get to reply back to your post, please don't feel bad. But I do read every post every week. So I will at least be seeing what you're writing, even if I don't necessarily respond to it. Our resources page, there are 2 parts to it. There are the handouts and there are bookmarks. Handouts are the actual attached papers or Word documents that I give as supplemental materials. So like your syllabus, I'm in the handouts section first. So if I go to handouts, week 1 I have a copy of your syllabus. The bookmarks are video links that you can watch. So for week 1, you'll notice I have these 2 short videos that I would like you to watch. They have to do with reading and comprehension, and I would like you to watch them for this first week. Not every week has a video, and not every week has a document. So you just kind of need to check both of them every week. So every week, go to your resources, and the assignments that you're supposed to read and look at will be in your coursework, but you either go to handouts and go to bookmarks and see what has been assigned for you to read and watch each week. The grade book, I can see all of your names and all of your grades. You can only see your own. But this is where your grades will be posted. You can click on the full grade book and be able to see every assignment and how it breaks down. So there is that. I do not take attendance in an online class because that's kind of weird to me. But I am able to see not only how often you log on to this class, but I can see how much time you spend in this class. So to me, that's very important. So if a student is not doing well in the class, I can look at how long you've spent on here and how much time you've logged on and say that might be a reflection of your grade. Not always, but sometimes it is helpful when I'm trying to talk to a student about things to improve on or things to prioritize in the class. And then this email and roster is just a way that you can email your fellow students, or you can email me. My email is always in the dark gray box. But you know, we have some things that we read and review on, and sometimes students like to read each other's writing, which is kind of cool. So if you ever want to email a fellow student, you can do so. Now all of these emails will show up in your Falcon Mail. So if you've not logged on to Falcon Mail, all you do is go to this Falcon Mail link right over here. So it's there. And you use the exact same password, same username as your MySIC. So anything that I send from this email will go to your Falcon Mail. So I would check it once a week too. Any feedback that I give you on assignments will go to your Falcon Mail as well. So I believe that there's a way you can forward your Falcon Mail to an outside email, but you might have to go to our online learning department that's over by the library and ask them about that, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they can forward it. And then the course information is just very briefly what this class is about. My email is listed here as well as on the home page. And then if you need help, there's the help desk. Text SIC is really nice to have. The bookstore, if you need to find our textbook, is listed there as well. So that's basically the class in a nutshell. For this first week, when you go to your weekly assignments, it looks like this. Like I said, I prefer coursework because the coursework actually has the assignment already integrated into the text. So the grammar sampler, for example, if I go to it, my version looks a little different than yours, but there will be a file that you download. And so I can download it. It will look like this. You can choose the correct answer, so if you want to, just highlight and highlight the answer that you want. And then just go through and complete the questions. When you're done, go ahead and save it. And then what you will do is there will actually be a Dropbox where you add a file and you can save it from your device into the Dropbox and submit it. If you have questions about this, if this is your first online class and you're not sure how to submit a document, just go ahead and ask me and I will be happy to help you. I try my best to work with students to make sure that they get the assignments in. If you're putting in the effort, I want to help you. But my only thing is please don't wait until an hour before an assignment is due to be like, I don't know how to work a Dropbox. I'm like, so just don't do that. But I hope this class is a lot of fun. I really enjoy teaching this class, and I look forward to seeing what you write, what we discuss about, and I will always say this: if you have questions, call, email, come find me and ask. But I'm excited to have you in Reading 106 this semester, and I hope you have an awesome spring, and I look forward to talking to you more in our future videos. Have a great day.